Okay, guys, so we're going to go on Google or whatever your favorite search engine is, and we're going to go ahead and search Replit, Replit, and click on first link probably. So this is Replit. It's pretty cool. We can code right in our browser. Pretty neat site. You're going to want to sign up. So click the sign up button. And rather than fill all this out, I recommend you go ahead and just choose continue with Google and choose your school Google account. Is what I recommend you do. So take a look around. Um, we got the home. That's going to be an important place for you to click on. You can go ahead and create a Python program, and it comes with this really silly name. So this one happens to be unsteady boiling printable character, whatever. So you can just change that, hit the delete button, backspace over it, and give it a name that makes sense. So our first app is going to be Magic 8 Ball app. So we'll just go ahead and call it that, Magic 8 Ball. And we'll use snake case for this. So instead of just typing out Magic 8 Ball, we'll go through and add some underscores because that's more appropriate. Now you might like to make your Replit private because that would be cool, but that's not allowed unless you upgrade. So we're just going to click create, and so this is our basic screen. It comes with a bunch of cool YouTube links on the side, which, by the way, there's the YouTube button. I'm going to get rid of that. But if you're interested in that, that's cool. Check that out. There's a lot of good videos. Um, and we'll talk more about these things later down the left-hand side. But let's go to the settings, and I'm going to change my theme to dark because that's what the cool hackers do. Um, So here we go. So this is our basic program on the left, and we can run the program on the right. So you can check out the examples if you want. Pretty neat thing. We're actually going to do the hello world down there in the bottom left corner, but I'll just take you through that right now. So we're going to go ahead and type the print command, print, and then parentheses, and then quotes, and then hello world. So this is like the classic first program that people do in most programming languages. Um, so there we have it. And you'll notice that it automatically does things like adds quotes and parentheses and stuff. So there we have it. There's our hello world. And notice I'm just going to go through, and if I delete some stuff here, like if I delete one of the quotes, for example, and try to run it, oh, yeah, like that, both the quotes, then it won't run. I'll go ahead and try to run it. If we mix match them, it won't run either. But as long as they match, it will work. So double quotes or single quotes are fine, but if we mix them, that's not fine. Or if we only have one, that's also not fine. Not having them, that's not fine. Not having parentheses, any of these things that we change, we will get errors for, and it will break it. I just want you to know it matters that we have all those things in there correctly. So these are all the ways that people get mixed up. So try to do it like I showed you exactly, with quotes and parentheses, and it'll run. Another thing that people do that messes them up is they'll space it over or misspell print. But if you space it over a couple of spaces, that will break it too. So all these things make a big difference, and I want you to just make sure that you pay attention to that if you get errors in the future. By the way, don't mess with the other settings on the left-hand side. Anyway, so you can delete that and go ahead and go to the video that's linked in Classroom to start working on your assignment. You're going to go ahead and search RMT GTT. That's my Google account for this class. And there I am. Obviously, you'll subscribe. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. But it's a Magic 8-Ball game. And in this example, it's a different editor that I'm using. Sorry. It's a different editor that I'm using, but at the top you would code it, and at the bottom you'll run it. So in the video I talk about some other basic things besides Hello World, stuff like lists and some basic coding items that you might want to know. So go ahead and do that. Finally, you should know that that you'll auto save your work when you're in Replit. So Replit will automatically save your work, just like MIT App Inventor did back in the day when you worked on that stuff. So you need to save it. It's a little confusing on the left-hand side. You got all these settings over here. But if you go to the hamburger here, you can go to Home or Apps, and you'll be able to find your work that you might have saved in there or whatever. So, all right, that's the deal.